Everyone is passionate about something, whether it's comics or Pokemon, movies, or your favorite sport. In this podcast, we talk about many things. Mostly, we delve into comics and comic-related subjects. Come with us and find out if you're in love with a nerd.
God, I'm in love with a nerd.
Hello, welcome to You're in Love with a Nerd. I've been recording this whole time, and some of that will be cut out. Hi, Jen. How's it going?
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. We were just talking about He-Man.
And raisins.
And raisins. Not necessarily in that order.
No, it was in that order. That was the order.
Yeah, it was indeed in that order. How you doing?
I'm good. Doing a little bit better.
A little bit better? Cool.
Yeah.
No updates, though.
I am so bored. I'm so bored. So bored.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good. Glad to hear it.
So what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about Yetis and the mystery behind why they're mint flavored.
They're mint, peppermint, or spearmint. This is an important distinction.
It's a regional thing.
I thought all Yetis were from the same place.
That's racist.
I quit.
They're primarily around like Nepal and Tibet.
Yeah,
and
I thought if they weren't from Nepal or Tibet, they weren't considered a Yeti. Like,
Yeah,
our
because-
Yeti is called Bigfoot, and Swamp Thing Yeti is called Skunk Ape?
The skunk
Swamp
ape.
Ape? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not all, like, they're all freaking Yetis, but they're
I call
not
him
all...
Larry because he's my friend.
all of them?
We're just starting this out with an all-out attack on Jen.
Especially since I had a bad day yesterday.
Did you?
My brain is broken. You should be more nice.
I am nice. I went to work yesterday. Excuse us while we reboot our Jen.
You broke me. It's like, what are you talking about?
I'm having my mysterious green liquid.
Your mysterious green liquid? Does that mean I have to cover up my mysterious green liquid?
I did not do a very good job of covering up my label, so surprise, I am a 47-year-old man who drinks Mountain Dew. I will have a heart attack in the next 5 minutes.
No. One medical crisis at a time.
Okay.
I have already tested out every piece of equipment in the hospital. We need at least 2 years before we use that equipment again. We are American.
Yeah, that is true. You are American.
So are you.
Yeah.
Meanie.
So,
meanest thing you ever said to me. And you told me you wanted a divorce earlier today.
Yeah.
I don't remember why.
That was yesterday.
No, that was this morning when you were taking a shower.
Oh, yeah.
It had to do with the Wolverine, I think, because I was teasing you that the Wolverine was not going to go take a shower with you. Which is probably not something you want me saying out loud.
Hey, man, he's my little shower buddy. He hangs out and yells at me until I get out and dry off and pet him.
And give him toilet kisses.
and give him kisses on the toilet.
Why does this cat want toilet kisses so bad? He's
I
so
don't.
funny.
Well, he's cute.
It is adorable.
And then he bites me while I brush my teeth.
Yep. Every morning.
Yeah. It's it's a fun little ritual that we have.
It is funny because, like, I go to work before you, right? And so, like, you're not asleep when I leave for work because I have, like, 85 alarms that go off, but
Yes.
I'm not quiet. But So I never really saw your ritual until I've been home for the past month. And like being home for month, 3 weeks or whatever, like it's every day and it's hilarious. Like watching him like stand on your chest and scream until you get up and like
He usually just yells the once. He's like Kitty Softpaws if she was made of daggers.
Yeah, he's pretty it's pretty funny actually.
He has a lot of toes with a lot of claws, and they hurt in the morning.
Yeah.
Sliding across your stomach.
He doesn't even try to wake me up. Like, even when I am awake at his 3 a.m. feeding, which, why is it 3 a.m.?
I don't know. He just, it used to be 4, and then I guess he just gets hungry. And he's like, hey, come feed me. And it just happens to be, it's just, pretty soon it'll just be like right after we give him his dinner.
Yeah. that time gap is getting smaller and smaller. But yeah.
Yeah.
But like I can be awake. I have watched him walk past me and still go wake you up.
Yeah.
He's a very particular cat.
You know. It's fine.
But our topic this week is not actually Yetis or Wolverine.
Yeah. What is it?
I don't know. Which one do you want to do?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about that bizarre-ass movie we watched last night. So let's make today's topic weird movies. Like movies that, and they don't even necessarily have to be weird like yesterday's weird, and we will get into it. But just a movie that like was unique, or like I've never seen that done before, or
like
you know, like
time
all
you
the
see
people.
the Care Bear stare.
Right, like that is glorious. No, that's next week's topic. But like, remember when The Matrix came out and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's the most unique thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it." Pretend that you were in the era of The Matrix and you've never seen an anime.
And okay, yeah. If I had never seen an anime before I watched The Matrix, I would be probably blown away.
Yeah,
because that was cutting edge and innovative. And
I mean, it was still. I really enjoyed The Matrix. Like, it was cool, but
yeah, it was a good movie.
I watched anime, so like, I'd seen it before.
Yeah.
But first, I have to talk about a book I read.
Okay.
Because it came out, and I really, really liked it. And I think you'd really like it. So the book I read, I got an advanced copy to do like a review on, and it's called The Spite House.
Advanced.
Yeah, it's advanced. Not my kind of advanced, like good advanced. We're not Invader Zim advanced. But so it's called The Spite House, and it's by Johnny Compton. And like...
I can see in the monitor that I have this one little thing of hair that's like sticking off to the side, and it's bothering me, and nobody including you has noticed it until I just pointed it out.
Turn your head. Oh yeah, it is. It's like sticking right there.
I noticed it when I lean back and
it catches the light, and it like
yeah.
I was gonna say it glistens, but that's not the right word.
Because we're recording in a different spot.
Your hair glistens.
Yeah, I shouldn't be glistening.
I don't know what that word means right now.
Okay.
But I know it's a real word.
It is a real word.
I need my brain to start functioning on an actual like. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So this book you were reading.
Thank you. Okay, so this book is called Spite House, and it's by Johnny. Did I say Compton? Yeah, and sorry.
Was it Spy House or Spite?
Spite.
House?
Like,
okay.
Do you remember when like people would make like houses and they'd be like "fuck you" and make it purple, or like put it in like the one that's like 8 inches across or whatever, like. So that it's that. So the whole point of the book, so you have this family, and it's a dad and his 2 kids, and they are on the run. We don't know why. I mean, I know why, but like you don't know why at the beginning of the book. And so like they're having to do things to like hide them, and they're like trying to keep an eye on things like have they hit the news yet? Like how are they going to survive? And so they're traveling and doing all of this stuff. Well, and then this old lady calls them, and she was like, "Hey, I got a proposition for you. Come to my house." And she's like Jeff Bezos rich, right? Like she's loaded. And so she's like, "Come to my mansion. I have this creepy house in the back, and something bad happened, and I need you to get me proof of paranormal activity." And it's like one of those like it's in like California or something, the house.
Okay.
But it's like one of those like old like almost like a plantation type history behind it, right? Like there was some shady shit going down. And so she was like, "And by the way, just a heads up, it made the last couple crazy. Like the guy and the girl that were investigating it before found proof of paranormal activity, and it broke her. Like she completely separated from reality. And I don't want to give too much away, but like investigating this house broke them. And the guy's like desperate. So he's like, all right. And he doesn't, I don't think he believes like that anything's really going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
And so he agrees to do it. And he's like going to take his kids. And then he's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't take my kids. Like, let's make sure this crazy white lady is like on the up and up before I bring my kids. I don't remember if she's a white lady or not. But like, hey, come to my house and do a paranormal investigation. Screams old white lady. But
yeah.
But so he goes and they like try to prove that this house is haunted. And it was so good. And it was so creepy. And the way they did it has like this Amityville like kind of feel to it. But the part that got me like obsessed with it is more so than the Amityville. It has like this Babadook thing going on. Like, what is the monster and what does it want? And is it the ghosts of these people or is it something else? And like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you finally get it down to like it has to do with the little girl, and that's why they're on the run. So what did this little girl do that they're running? And so what I liked about the book though is that like I could not put it down, and I have not given you any spoilers. Like I haven't told you anything that is not like in the synopsis of the book, but like what's going on with this little girl. Why are they on the run? Is the house haunted? What's up with this lady? What happened to the couple before? Like, it got so complicated that, like, you needed to, like, even as the things get resolved, there's, like, 8 more mysteries. Okay, well, that's what the little girl did. Well, how the fuck did that happen? And now you're like, God damn it, I need to go to bed. But, like, I need to know. I started my audiobook and did not do anything until it was over. And that doesn't happen very often.
Huh.
Like, I could not put it down. I've already put it in. It came out, like, last week. Maybe the week before. February, like, 7th, I think I said.
Okay.
But I've already, like, put it in our Audible wish list for when we get our credit for next week. Because, like, I will listen to this book again. Like, it is that good. I will make you listen to it. Next road trip, this book is going in. But I think you'd like it.
Well, I'll have to listen to it. Is it like? It's not like not like your other smut books, right?
Oh no,
Okay.
It's not a smutty book. No, there's no monster sex.
I was gonna say I'm gonna start carpooling to work, and then we can listen to that on the way.
Yeah, no, it would be okay to listen to with the kid.
Okay.
No, there is no monster fucking at all. It is a little violent, but other than that, it's fine. And
Okay.
it's a little scary, but not. I think the kid would be fine. Like, they're 24, they'll be fine. But
Yeah, not exactly a kid anymore.
no, but yeah, no, and it's I really like the narrator that they got to do the audiobook. Like, he does a really good job. But yeah.
Nice.
And so I don't know about the old lady, but the kids and the guy that move in are black. And it does kind of touch on that whole like noise in the back. Nope, we ain't white. We're not going to check it out. Like it has that vibe behind it. Like normally when I read like horror books or even watch horror movies, like I start yelling at the screen like he's not fucking dead. Walk away. Don't touch him. Like,
Yeah.
why are you going upstairs? Don't do that. Like, you don't. I didn't get that with Spite House. Like, it was just scary. Like, it wasn't. And not necessarily like jump out at you scary. Just like, holy shit, what's going on? And then like, yeah, don't go in the woods. Good choice. Why is he behind you now? Like, it's really good.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was yummy.
Oh, yeah? Have you read
That's
any...
not the right adjective.
It works. It works. Have you read any good comics?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Constantine came back. But I think I already talked... No, I think that was last week. Didn't I already talk about Green Hell? Because the Swamp Thing Constantine came back? Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Was that on the last actual show, or is that on the Lost show?
Oh, it might have been on the Lost show. Where we just came in here and stared at each other for 20 minutes before we gave up. Sorry.
We attempted to record a show before this, and it did not work.
No.
Because, I don't know.
It was I had such a bad headache. Like, it was a really bad brain day.
Yeah, the wind was blowing, all kinds of dirt around, and both of us had a headache.
The goddamn snow.
It didn't snow that day.
Oh, I thought that was...
Snow.
Oh, it snowed on Monday. That's right.
Barely even any snow. Everybody else got a lot worse than we did.
Yeah, we didn't get, like, Portland snow. Holy cow.
Where they were cannibalizing each other in the streets and...
Yeah, I know. I saw the tweet, too. He said he went outside and there was nobody left. He was pretty sure that all of Oregon was a wasteland, was the last tweet that he saw.
Yeah.
Or the last tweet I saw. It was pretty funny.
Pretty good stuff. Did you want to talk about the comic, or are you pretty sure that we don't need to?
Oh, sorry. Put my phone on the chair. I apologize. That was noisy. No, it's a good one. The thing about talking about, like, it's an issue 2, and, like, so...
Issue 2 of an issue that came out over a year ago.
It wasn't that long.
I'm pretty sure it was pretty damn close.
It was a lot. But, like, there's not, like, I don't know. It's early that you don't really know a lot about it yet. That isn't a spoiler. But, so basically, Green Hell... is a post-apocalyptic world, and you've got the last of humanity living on this island, and the Green has decided that it's time to go. And so the Green starts sending monsters to...
And the Green is DC's version of, like, nature?
Yeah, the Green is what gave Swamp Thing his powers. So the Green is like but it's not just Swamp Thing. It's also like the rotting guy, and that, like, all of that is kind of connected. And I don't know if they have 2 different names for it or not. I'm not as familiar with Swamp Thing as I want to be. But he's on my list this year to read
Have
more
him
of.
over for some tea.
Perfect. Batman did it.
Yeah.
It worked out really well. That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite scenes in the Tom King run. Like, it is definitely up there with Alfred, like, following behind, sweeping up plants, looking very irritated with Bruce. But it's an excellent one. But, yeah, so the Green is, like, what gave that's the Avatar. It's what gave Swamp Thing his powers, right?
Okay.
And so they've decided it's time for people to go. And they come and they attack. And so this little girl gets sent with this old guy to the lighthouse to run away, and they're going to seek help from the mysterious, cranky old British guy that lives there. And that's when you meet Constantine. And Constantine's like, so in issue 2, Constantine's like, I don't know how to do this. So he summons Swamp Thing and is like, you need to help these people. And obviously Swamp Thing is not happy to be summoned by Constantine because, I don't know, those two have like this hate relationship. It's wonderful.
And he was like living in like paradise or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he was done. Basically, it's kind of like when they pulled Buffy out of heaven. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. He was done. He had earned his reward, and anything else is spoilery a little bit. But, yeah, and so Constantine pulls him back, and he's like, go help these people. And Swamp Thing's like, you fucking bastard. And that's about it.
I thought I was done.
Yeah. I'm too old for this shit. No. But, yeah, it was really good. I really like that one. And I've been trying to get caught up on my pull list, but it's still hard for me to read. So like I'm behind on Saga. Like it's still a little hard for me to process. I know, it's the first time in forever I was like nagging you to get caught up, and now you're ahead of me.
I read it as soon as I pulled it out of the diamond box.
Well, there's a death in it. No, there's not. It's not a death. It's the opposite of a death. Right? No, I don't know. Something big happens in 62. I know that. And that's all. Nobody will tell me what, because Saga fans are awesome. And like nobody will tell me.
Yeah, I can't say.
No, that would get us in so much trouble.
Yeah. Well, I would hate myself because
you don't want to ruin it.
Spoiled for me.
I know.
In a noodle shop.
It was awful.
And I was so mad. I was so close to being current when the dude ruined it for me, too.
I know. And it was probably not even somebody who reads Saga, because Saga fans are the best about
he read it.
Like, well, yes, but reading something does not make you a fan.
All right, fine. Yeah.
Like, you know.
I weirdly, I think he could tell that that I was like upset about it, because not too long after that, he actually canceled his pull list.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know if it had anything to do with me or.
Probably not, but we could pretend.
Weird coincidence. He just felt so bad about ruining Saga for me that
he canceled his pull list and ran away in shame.
Yeah, he still comes in every once in a while, and in the back of my head, I'm always like, "You motherfucker."
Well, like I talk to Saga people that know I'm caught up, that still will not say the name of the character that died before the hiatus that was 3 years long. This is a 4-year-long spoiler thing. They know I'm current, and they still don't say the name of the character. I'm still not saying the name of the character that died before the hiatus. And that's one of the things I love about Saga fans.
Yeah. It was Albert.
It was Albert.
Albert Fishbaum.
Yeah. It's okay. There's only like 3 characters. I don't get attached to fictional characters. Not often. Like, I like fictional characters. I love reading Constantine, but if they killed off Constantine, I'd be like, meh, okay. You know, if it's a good ending, fine. But, like, I don't care. Except for one. I'm still mad at Tom King. But, but like, I don't get attached to fictional characters, right? But there are a couple characters that if they kill them in Saga, I am going to be so mad.
Yeah.
Like, there's only a handful, but they better make it out.
One of which is...
Friendo. Oh, no.
Friendo and the cabbage guy.
And the cabbage guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're going to go sell cabbages in Gotham.
Uh-huh.
See, that's a flashback.
No, that's a callback, not a flashback.
Oh, it's a flashback.
Okay. Have your flashback.
I don't know. I don't have words. All right, so movies. Oh wait,
Cool.
no, you didn't talk about what you read this week.
No, it's not important. I don't need to.
You know what? Broken brain. It wasn't on purpose. What'd you read this week?
I was reading some Slain this past week. and I made it through Slain Time Killer, and then I read Slain the King, and now I'm on to Slain the Horned God.
That was my very first Slain.
Mine too. I found that in the local comic shop.
Because that's the one with Kyrkanos, right?
Yeah, where the weird slow fag took on the mantle like forever ago, like,
Yeah.
and then he refused to give it up, and now
But the change of the season, right? Like,
yeah, you're only supposed to have it for so long, and then you
and then
hand
you
it
have to
off.
give it up. Yeah. Okay.
Just like when Slain became the Sun King, he can only be king for 7 years, and then they kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into the earth because he's married to the earth goddess. So yeah,
They do a really good job with Celtic mythology. And the thing about Celtic mythology is that it's like Kyrkanos has like 800 names. Like every city called him something else. It was kind of like old Bibles, right? Every
Yeah.
town had their own Bible. And that's so in Celtic myths, Ireland has certain myths, and rural Ireland versus southern Ireland versus city Ireland versus, like, depending on where you lived, changed the names, changed the stories slightly. And Slain does a really good job of finding ones that are almost like a combo of a couple of the most popular ones or the most
Yeah.
repeated ones. And I love that about Slain. I need to read more Slain. I've only read the Horn God and then the last one.
Oh,
Dragon Tamer? No.
well, you start right from the beginning, and then you can learn the whole history that he has with Slowfag and all the other people that want to kill him.
I know. I really like Slain. It's a good one.
Yeah, that one just blew me away, and it is like 2080's like highest selling graphic novel.
Slain or
Yeah,
Horn God?
the Horn God.
Okay.
That particular story arc. Well, because written by Pat Mills and illustrated by Simon Beasley, it was the first Slain story arc that was in color, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's just a phenomenal looking book. And you can pick it up from right there because they give a pretty elaborate recap of all the stuff that's happened. It's so much more fun reading it through, though.
Oh, I bet, because like the little tricks and secrets, and that was one of the things I enjoyed about it. Not even knowing the other Slain stuff, but like they'd say a god's name, and I'd be like, "Oh, I know who that is," and like so you get this little like ha ha ha. Like I know you're gonna explain it in a minute, but I don't need you to, and that's kind of cool. and I know this makes you so sad, but I am not a Simon Beasley fan. Like, and I know it breaks your heart, but like his artwork, while amazing, it's not my favorite. But with Slain, I can't imagine it being like anybody else. Like,
Yeah.
or not? Did I say Pat Mills? I meant Simon Beasley.
No, you said Simon Beasley.
Oh, okay. But like his artwork, when I read like my Batman, it's okay. Like I like it. It's pretty. It's good. He's super talented. But he's not my favorite artist. But on Slain, oh my gosh, it's
and going back and reading it from the beginning. At first, it was like, it's not the right one. But then, it's really good.
Yeah.
And then later in the series they bring in is it Clint Langley? Is that his last name? You don't know because you haven't read it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They bring him in. If I said the wrong last name, I'm sorry. He did a bunch of the ABC Warriors.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the who also did that really elaborate painted style. I think I am like partial to Simon Beasley just because he was one of the early artists that was just so different than all of the X-Men. And even though I started reading the X-Men around the time that I am just terrible with names today.
I know you got my disease.
Yeah.
Like, normally it's just me that can't remember names.
The guy that's running DC, Jim Lee. Jim Lee was like one of the main artists on.
My brain was like, Tom King?
He's running this show.
I just gave Tom King a promotion.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jim Lee.
Yeah, he was one of the main X-Men artists, and you had Liefeld that was popping up on some of the other X titles, and and not a foot was seen.
But lots of pouches.
A lot of pouches, and for some reason, boobs and butts at the same time on the same person. But
how?
They were good. They're superheroes. They're very elastic and flexible.
Oh, okay. All right, that works. Yeah, I'm a big fan of a lot of that, like. Sorry. 2000 AD does a really good job of like taking what we're used to, right? Like an art style, a story style, a myth, whatever, but taking that and then tweaking it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes like with Judge Dredd, a lot of the times, like, you have American stereotypes, right? Like, these are not Americans writing Judge Dredd, but it's set in America.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I absolutely love is, like, Americans have this, like, stereotype of the violent police officer, right? Because, like, no other place carries guns. Like, there's countries where their SWAT team doesn't even have damn guns.
Yeah.
But, like, and our SWAT teams have freaking tanks. But, and so, like, so they take that and then, but they don't know it because they're not Americans. Like, I've never actually seen a police tank. I don't live somewhere that they have, like, missile launchers and shit. Like, we don't live in that kind of city, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, our SWAT guys are the ones that, like, have 2 guns instead of just 1 or whatever. Like, I don't even know what our SWAT does. But, like, But, like, they take that and they just run with the stereotype and make it so, like it's satirical and it's wonderful and it's just like, yeah, that's us. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but they do that with, like, British myths. They do it with, like, your space tropes. They do it, like, that's one of the things that I absolutely love about 2000 AD is they take what you're used to and they tweak it just enough that it's new and cool and, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
And early on, that was, like, the artists that would, that were like, hey, I need to check these guys out. Like, like Beasley and Mark Texeira and Sam Keith, those little outliers that did the people in their universe were just so outrageously different than everybody else's that we were like, oh crap.
So when we watched that documentary on 2000 AD, right? And so a ton of the people that, like, I knew, like your Alan Moores and your the one we like,
Grant Morrison.
No, not them, but yeah, them too. But the 2 people that I always get mixed up, and one we hate because he's a predator, and one we really like, but, like, we have to be.
Garth Ennis.
Is that's the one we like, right?
He did
Preacher.
Yeah.
Okay, him.
I've heard that he pronounces it Enos. I don't know.
I don't know where he's from. So.
Garth Ennis.
But him, not the one we don't like because he's a predator.
Yeah.
But I always get their names mixed up, even though they're so drastically different. I don't know why I have a block on those 2 names, But so we have Garth Ennis, we have Grant Morrison. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And like Alan Moore, and like you almost have like this following of weirdos that was perfect for Constantine, right? And that's how I knew all their names, because I did the 80s Constantine. But did those guys also do, those people, but did those people also do Judge Dredd, or did they work for 2000 AD? Because Constantine was Vertigo.
Yeah. A lot of those, especially the Vertigo, all the ones that Berger went over, Berger,
I think so.
went over and kind of stole from 2000 AD. A lot of those early Vertigo.
Okay.
Yeah, even the big guys like Pat Mills and Alan Grant and those guys even came over and did some.
Yeah, I don't know.
DC,
I don't remember Pat Mills doing a Constantine.
He didn't do any Constantine, but
okay. He did a Batman though.
Yeah, he did a Batman.
He didn't. He hates superheroes though. Like
so
he
much.
Fucking hates them. Like I read his book, and he is so anti-superhero, and I love it because he's like, and he does really cool ones like war ones and things like that. But like he is so anti-superhero.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Well, without his attitude and Alan Moore's attitude, we wouldn't have. Well, I'm trying to say it without like accusing anybody of theft, but we wouldn't have had martial law, which kind of influenced the boys,
right?
And then we wouldn't have the Watchmen and that whole anti-superhero,
right? And I think that's one of the really cool things about those guys, because like even early Constantine. He doesn't do magic. Not really. Like, I mean, he does. But, like, you can go 3 or 4 issues without him ever doing a spell, whereas, like, modern Constantine is like, oh, got to get up, light a cigarette, here we go, know. But, like, he's way more into magic, and that. But he wasn't a magic user. In the 80s, he was just a guy that, like, one of my favorite runs is him fighting a damn serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not magical at all. Like, he accidentally joins a fucking cult. He, like, stuff like that.
If I only had $1.
Right. Like, I know, I hate it when that happens. But, like, so you have this weird shift that happens at some point, and, it's neat to see, like, how things changed and spinned off. Because, like, Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to read more, but, like, Swamp Thing was one thing, and then Alan Moore got a hold of it. And now Swamp Thing is amazingly different. Like, I don't know that I would necessarily enjoy reading early Swamp Thing as much as I would enjoy post Alan Moore Swamp Thing, because now you have 2 different characters. It's like Batman. Early Batman, I hate early Batman. Like, the dude is a dick.
Yeah.
And modern Batman's an asshole, but not trip a guy and watch him fall down an elevator shaft asshole. Not hang him from the Batcopter asshole. And, and so you do that, like, you have this shift in how superheroes act and behave and think. And Alan Moore and Grant Morrison, those 2 made superheroes, I feel like, a little bit more, like, socially conscious. Like, Swamp Thing becomes a little bit more environmental. Whoever Grant Morrison gets their hands on becomes a little bit more like, hey, social justice. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like that. I like seeing stories that connect to the real world. And then you have, like, even, Garth Ennis just takes them and is like, what if that superhero over there was an absolute fucking prick? Because, like, not every guy that gets superpowers could possibly be a good person. Like, that's not how that works. So it's kind of neat to see that happen. And then, I don't know.
Just really playing on the whole power corrupts and
Yeah.
yeah, which was one of the things that always I never thought about like Superman
Right.
until I was like hanging out with one of our friends, Chad, and he was talking. I was like, oh, I don't. Superman's lame, blah blah blah, and he's like, no way, man. He's like the coolest because he has the absolute power to just destroy the world and take it over, but he doesn't. He's constantly actively fighting that urge, and that's what makes him super. And I was like, oh, fine, fuck you, he's fine.
Still boring.
Yeah, I still don't really enjoy Superman comics, but whatever.
It's also why like I'm not a big fan of like and this makes me a horrible Batman fan, but like Barbara shows up and I'm like, God damn it, a voice of reason. Dick shows up and I'm like, they're going to do the right thing now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, wait, here comes Damien. Maybe they're not going to do the right thing. But like, I don't know. I guess I just want my fictional people to be destroyed. I would be so bad if Donny Cates crossover. Yeah, if that was in the real world, like...
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm, like, rooting for Batman to, like, I'm like, leave him, Catwoman, leave him. Yeah. No, but, I don't know. I don't like when the voice of reason shows up. Like, I want shit to go off the rails.
Who needs a voice of reason? Nobody.
Yeah, no.
This pig wants a voice of reason.
Does
and the ability to read.
Yeah. Me too. I want the ability to read again.
Are you the illiterate piggy?
I am right now. I don't think I'm completely illiterate because I can read for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just not for more than a paragraph.
Piggy just pretends to read. Like moves his little... Mike. Fascinating.
What is the illiterate piggy from?
It's... That's like a background image from one of the panels in... Squee, I think.
In Squee?
Yeah. And I thought it was hilarious, and so I just drew it on an illustration board.
No, it's great. Do you know, like, how many times you get props for the fact that the first comic you handed me was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? And, like, you always get those, like, what's the first comic that you read? And I'm like, I don't know what the first comic I read was. I don't remember which one I read first, but I remember you handed me 3 comics and you were like, and we weren't even dating yet. Like, you were just like, you like Batman, read this Batman, and gave me Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, yeah, I did. I pulled the classic bonehead move.
You didn't give me Watchmen, it's okay.
Yeah, but still...
But you were like, you like Batman, try this. And then you were like, you also really like The Crow, read this, and handed me that one. And then you were like, but this is what comics can be. And then you handed me Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which was phenomenal. Yeah. And so my first 3 comics was a Batman Dark Knight Returns, which I loved. And I don't know that I would have gotten into Batman had you not had me read that one. Like, because that was an amazing place to start. Like, it was neat and it was different, but it was self-contained, so I didn't have to have a lot of knowledge. Yeah. Like, it worked out really well.
And then you have that mystery of, like, who is that person? I need to find out.
Yeah, and so that was okay. And I'd watched Batman before. There wasn't anybody in Batman that I didn't know.
Yeah.
In The Dark Knight Returns, because there isn't, like, the Robin that's there, that's the only Robin that carries in.
Yeah.
And the mutants and stuff, they're new to that. And the main bad guys were, like, you had Superman, and you, like, I already knew who all those people were.
And Ronald Reagan.
Right. And so, like, I already knew who all those people were, so it was fine. And then The Crow, I had watched the movie so many times. I was like, I love that movie. And so that was cool to see, like, an adaptation. And then fucking Johnny. Like, I got obsessed with Johnny. Like, I read all the Squeeze. I was like, give me more Johnny. But, yeah, it was a perfect intro that got me hooked.
Yeah.
And then you started working at the comic shop, and the first thing I added to my list was a freaking Batman pull list because of Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it so much. And then the first comic you bought me was that Sleeping Beauty one that I still haven't read.
No, you can't. You got to keep it pristine.
You bought it for $2.
No way, man. It was priceless.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even know what the first comic I read. I used to like go to the library in the elementary school, and they had like these weird little historical comic books.
Like my science comics that I read now about history?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't even remember who the publisher was on those. I would just be like, oh, cool.
That
Comic
is really
books.
cool. We weren't allowed to.
I never like checked them out because I don't think I ever checked anything out from the school library or whatever.
And then you married somebody that has like 85 books from the library right now.
Yeah. And then eventually, I think I read some Punisher, and then
Before X-Men, Punisher.
yeah,
Okay.
it was like before I started actually like reading because I never had any like I never had comic book cash
Right.
until yeah, in high school. I don't know if I told the story, but there was a kid in my class. We had to do like presentations of stuff that was impressive in their life or whatever. And I had a kid named Xavier in my class. And so he did his report was on the X-Men. And so he told us all about the X-Men and what they were, and
That's really cool.
then he got into them because his name was Xavier. My presentation was teaching everybody how to draw Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice. Nice. I love that was your presentation.
Yeah, well, I knew how to draw Sonic the Hedgehog, and
But like those are the best. Okay, so I used to do an assignment where that was the last assignment we did in May. So like anybody who teaches knows that May is the worst fucking time to be a teacher. Like everybody's like, no, teach November because you got to do like conferences and shit. That has nothing on standardized testing season. Like standardized testing season fucking sucks.
yeah,
Okay? And so, but we would do this assignment that you had to give a speech because we have to grade your speaking and listening, right?
mm-hmm.
And so you have to give a speech and you have to make something to go with your speech. So like a brochure, a PowerPoint, a cake, whatever. I really pushed cake.
you wanted them to bring you cake.
Except for my kiddos. Like, okay, so I also taught the kids that are behind grade level, right? And a lot of my kids are behind grade level because they were not born in America.
Mm-hmm.
English was not the first language they spoke. And so my favorite, like I'd give the thing and I'd be like, you know, it'd be a great presentation, how to make empanadas. And your extra could be to bring Miss Marshall the empanadas. And then like I would tell like all my kids, like, you could make a baklava. You can make me naan bread. You can make me like, I would always like push the food. And then the kids would always be like, are you hungry, miss? And I'd be like, yeah. I'm always hungry. But like they would bring in and they would get to pick whatever. Like it didn't matter. And then I would do one showing them how to crochet a little star and I'd give them all a star. And it was really cool and it was so much fun. But like kids always did so much better. And like kids that hadn't done an assignment all year would do this one because it was just fun. And we'd do stuff like that. Like I had a kid teach us how to like raise gerbils and I had a kid teach me how to draw something and like we all had to get out our paper and follow along and it was hilarious. And those are fun. I love those kinds of assignments. I do miss teaching classes that got to do that.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to incorporate into getting free food.
Yeah, always. I had somebody do when I student taught, we did Civil War presentations, and the kids' presentation was just a cake that they put some soldiers on, and they had like north on one side of the cake and south on the other side of the cake, and that's just it. They brought a cake, and my master teacher was like, that is an A+. And I was like, but they didn't do anything.
Yes, but they had my favorite flavor icing.
Yeah, I know. But like, it was just funny. And I like doing stuff like that. It's a lot of fun when you let kids like pick how they present their information. But yeah, it was fun.
Nice. So what were we talking about this week?
We were going to talk about movies, but like how much time have we done without actually bringing up movies?
We are almost at time.
All right, so next week we're going to talk about movies. Today we talked about comic books.
Yeah.
Actually, we just talked about 2000 AD, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we have to go, you can only read one 2000 AD title. What's it going to be?
I want a divorce.
You can't use that line twice in one day.
Can I just have 2000 AD?
You can pick one 2000 AD title. What are you going to pick? Okay, here. You can pick one 2000 AD author. Who are you going to pick?
Well, see, it's not even fair.
Yeah, I don't know that I could even pick it one 2000 AD author. Like, how do you choose between Alan Moore and Grant Morrison and Pat Mills? And, like, how do you choose? That's impossible.
Yeah. God, if I had to, if there was only one title in 2008 that I could read, I guess it'd have to be Judge Dredd. And that pains me to say because I love Slain and ABC Warriors and Nemesis.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that I could
All of
pick
them.
one DC title. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I could like cheat and say ABC Warriors because it is the same universe as Nemesis, just in a different time
No,
period.
I said title, not universe.
Yeah.
I purposely said title and not universe because I knew that.
I would. I guess I would have to pick Judge Dredd.
This is my own little revenge for your dad joke you're about to do.
What? Those are uplifting and the highlight of the show.
Yeah, they
I
kind
get
of are.
so much mail about it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. In my
I do appreciate the fact that I walked into your work and Hannah came out and was like, "Hey, jazz hands!" And I was like, "I love you, Hannah. You were my hero. I'm my bog witch." See, even I have a work wife, and I don't even work with Hannah.
Yeah, well.
But we're going to go retire and eat children together.
Yep. But I've got like 2 work wives, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin gets kind of jealous sometimes.
Yeah, but he's your work wife that brings you tacos, so you need to make sure
No,
that...
we just go get tacos together.
Oh, I thought he brought tacos.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We either go across the street to get a taco truck, or we go across the street the other way and get
So the kid's about
tacos.
to start.
Yeah.
So, like, are they going to join your taco party? Like, is it now going to be a taco threesome instead of just you and Justin?
A lot of times, like, a lot of times we'll end up like going
Taking everybody?
Yeah, taking the entire data entry team. Leaves all at once with me to go get
They
tacos.
just pick you up. It's not even your department, and they just, like, take you with them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm like an honorary member of the data entry department. I'm always up there, like,
I know.
entering data and stuff.
Ow, that hurt. Oh, God.
Why was that so funny?
I have no idea why I'm always up there with the data entry team entering data. I'm like,
That's what you do.
like, just like it's like you started that sentence and like got to the end of it and we're not quite sure where you were going with it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to like insinuate that I was doing bad things with androids.
Ew. You didn't have to say that part out loud.
Yeah, but I did.
You did.
I didn't have to, and it wasn't necessary.
Oh, but it was
But
fun.
But it was definitely necessary. And
And that's time.
And we're about at that time.
We just rambled for an entire hour without actually touching on the topic. I did tell you it was going to be our topic, and then we didn't talk about it.
So.
Oh, no. Oh, is this the one you came running into the bedroom today and we're like, never mind, we're going to do this on camera?
Yeah, because I thought we were going to be talking about movies. And
well, we're going to have to record that one in a minute, so if you need another one, we can save that one.
Oh, yeah, yes. We could save those. I could awkwardly look up another one.
Or we could do the movie one. I don't care.
And
I don't care.
No. I'll find one.
Yeah, see, I've screwed up the whole thing now.
This subreddit has a lot of weird, like, sexual jokes on here, and I don't.
Oh my gosh, we started out this episode promising to talk about a really weird movie, and then we didn't even give them the name of the movie.
Yeah, we'll maybe touch on that on the next one.
So they have to wait an entire week to find out what weird fucking movie we watched, and that is chaos energy that I appreciate right now.
Mm-hmm.
I am like,
I like to think that we have like this huge fan base that's like,
but really it's just me and Hannah
screaming at their radio that they're listening to us on.
It's me, Hannah, and like 2 people in my reading group that listen to us.
So did I ever tell you about that job I had at the factory making chess pieces?
Making what?
Chess pieces.
Oh, chess, like the game.
Yeah. I mostly work nights.
That's better where I thought you were going with it, because I thought you said chest pieces. And I was so confused and kind of scared on where that was going. You only work nights.
Not gonna tell that one. But I've been having trouble sleeping.
Oh, yeah?
I can't sleep because there's this loud ticking noise outside the house. But I think it might just be the neighborhood watch. You haven't heard it?
No. Nope.
Oh, join us next time when we hear Jenn say...
Hi.
Good night, everybody.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd too.
I'm in love with a nerd.